Hey guys, welcome to another episode of SCNS Live, the super cool nerd show. It is time for us to do this thing that we do every Thursday. I'm excited. Today was an exciting day for me. I can't wait till we get to the news. Anyway, I'm Jason the X. Over here.
Cat, hi.
Cass up. Cass. No. Okay.
I'm calling you Cassup from now on.
Cass, and then like, what's up?
So next to Cassup is Rick. And behind the board today we have...
Oh, am I supposed to talk now?
Yes.
Nice background.
I think that was the cue.
This?
Decided to dress it up a little bit, huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the
Oh, that is adorable.
people.
Best boy that's gonna get covered up now.
Is that Suikoden?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
hey!
No one is shocked.
That was a guess, and you know it.
That was a guess.
A pretty easy one, though. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna go ahead and
that's
say.
fair.
That one looks like
That
David
looks-
Tennant a little bit.
That looks
Wait,
obscure, and I've never
wait,
heard
hold
of
on,
it,
the
so
one
it
with-
must be
The one in
Suikoden.
the brown coat.
He's definitely not like David Tennant. Although
Is he a bad guy?
no, he's a good guy, but he's a sassy boy.
So,
He's perfect.
I mean...
David Tennant's not usually a good guy.
Okay, that's fair.
Just bit by bit, we will eventually all be educated on what Suikoden is.
Yeah,
Eventually, we're going to just start spouting facts and I just go, how did I know that? And she'll be like,
but like dead face.
Like Deadpan?
Yeah.
did you know what Suikoden 2? Wait a minute.
Actually, fun story. This is the 20th year anniversary of Suikoden 2.
Hey.
Oh.
How's it screaming into the
Yay.
void working for you?
No new friends. No new friends.
Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us this week for another hour of nerd commentary. But let's go ahead and kick this thing off with some super cool nerd news. So today, a lot of the people involved with Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker decide to show off the thing that I love the most, and that is all the new toys that are coming this Friday during Force Friday, as they're calling it Triple Force Friday, because they're covering The Mandalorian, The Rise of Skywalker, and the new video game that's coming out, Fallen Knight, which I will be playing the crap out of. I'm so glad I finished Borderlands 3. Anyway, Daisy Ridley playing with a Dio toy is now... Well, that's just the thing that I love the most. Daisy, look, if you'll come back to Instagram, please. I promise. I'm sorry. Anyway, lots of new products were shown, including Black Series figures, Funko Pops, new Lego sets. We're getting about 8 new Lego sets.
Oh, wow.
A lot of figures from The Mandalorian. They actually had Gina Carano and why can't I think of the guy that's playing The Mandalorian? Pedro Pascal on showing off their figures. And I love seeing the actors reacting to actual figures of themselves. John Boyega is probably the most pure one to see. Oh, they got my hair right. Look at, they got the line right. He was bragging about, yeah, that's how you look when you come off a barbershop in Crenshaw.
That is so cute.
But they had a bunch of actors on there, and also they had a little thing where they were interviewing people like Billy D. Williams, individual actors. The main thing to remember is Warwick Davis should host every single Star Wars event from now on because he is great at it. It is the best. He hosts them all. That's all there is to it. Anyway, new product will be dropping this Friday at your local Target, Walmart, 12 midnight, unless you're near. Who's no longer welcome on this show. He's been fired.
No, wait,
He
Jason.
never gets to come here again. He just doesn't. He just doesn't.
So wait, you mean by this Friday as in tomorrow? Or
No,
this Friday
October
is-
4th.
October 4th, okay.
October 4th. I promise not to drink and go past it. So yeah, he found a full case of the new Black Series figures, and well, I hate him. So there.
Lovely way to end a story.
Anybody want to come to Force Friday with me? Anybody?
I'll do it.
Anybody?
Oh, actually, no, I'll be at my parents' house, sorry. We're having dinner with them.
Cora,
Oh, that's so
Cora, come
sweet.
to Force
Yeah.
Friday with me next Friday.
I'm sorry, but I have a permanent date on Friday nights with Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, that's
Wait.
guys, come to
Wait,
Force Friday with me.
hold up. Jason, you mean like Thursday going into midnight Friday?
No, it's October 4th. It'll be Thursday going.
Oh, yeah, then I can go.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I got you.
I'm leaving here to go do that.
I'll go with you.
Okay then.
Cool.
Kat, come with me to Force Friday.
You went
You'll have to force me.
No,
it's
Come with me
crazy.
to Force Friday.
Okay.
Come with me to Force Friday.
She
Three
said
fingers,
okay.
but like whatever.
Well, so you don't have that date on Friday now, of course. So
Wait, what do you mean I don't have that date on?
well, because it will be Thursday going into Friday, so you're good.
So you'll just be real tired for
Yeah.
your date.
No,
I need you
sorry.
to carry stuff, okay?
And I need to level so that I can play
I don't
instruments.
have enough arms to grab everything. I need to. Everybody has a set figure they need to grab for.
Do I need to bring down nunchucks?
Then never mind. Carry your own
No,
stuff.
I just need everybody. If we reach collectively, we can make my dreams come true. We just need to reach for it. Who's with me?
Pass.
Who's with me?
I am.
There's one person who's with me. I need at least 2 more sets.
You brought
of
me
arms.
onto this show, so I have to.
I need 2 sets of arms. Come on.
I mean, you brought me onto this
Super
show.
cool nerd show. Come on.
But,
yeah,
no.
yeah. All right, whatever.
I mean, it wouldn't be super cool without me here, so I'm like, did he bring me onto the show or did I make it a super cool show?
Hey.
Save your pennies. Horse Friday. It's going to be awesome. Kat, what you got?
So, esports, right?
Always.
Yeah. Pretend you're trying to shut up the neckbeard in your office or you want to learn more about esports. You should know that Team Liquid thinks it's going to win the Summoners Cup this year in the LCS, which is League of Legends. Team Liquid always thinks it's going to win, to be fair, and they traditionally haven't. In fact, if you've ever seen fourth meme, like fourth place, that's by Team Liquid. Because every time they thought they were going to do better, something happened, usually a roster change, and they wound up in fourth place. But Newsweek put out an article this week that said they're planning to crush their competition. They have a new Alienware training facility.
Oh, wow.
They have stabilized their roster. They got a bunch of roster imports. They have Double Lift from Solo Mid, Jensen from C9, Core JJ from Gen G, and the championship, which takes place in Paris in November, they actually do have a real chance at taking. If you're new to esports, you should know that you might be surprised to find you have several biases where North American performance is concerned. We're used to being pretty good at a lot of things. Surprise, in esports, teamwork and selflessness and communication are often what leads to the highest success rates, which puts Eastern culture typically miles ahead of what we're used to. We're not super selfless around here most of the time. But for the first time, they might actually take it. And G2 is European. They also think they're going to win. Anyway, the other thing that's happening upcoming is on Sunday, Overwatch League will have its Season 2 finals. It's Vancouver versus San Francisco. And there's another Western roster that is actually favored to win. I'll be cheering for Vancouver. They're an all-Korean roster. But I loved them when they were in the Tier 2 scene.
Do you actually think that?
No, I said I'll be cheering for
Okay.
them.
Okay.
Yeah, shock. I don't know. I think it's a pretty fair fight. I mean, the Titans haven't looked as amazing in this meta, but they still look good.
I mean,
It's nice of people.
I'm hoping that they'll win. Every pro analyst I know says it's not at all a fair fight.
Oh,
Like,
I guess not.
But-
That's not what I meant. But
they have done really well. They went like the first 20 games without dropping one, so we'll see.
I mean, they got to the finals for a reason, so.
They did get to the finals for the reason. Last year was actually a Western versus all-Korean team as well.
Oh.
The all-Korean team kicked the Western team's
destroyed
butt.
them,
We just
which is
hope they'll
unfortunate.
do their best.
It will probably be the Western roster that wins. I am encouraged to see mixed rosters having a chance that are made up of like some
What are the odds
Koreans.
going in? What are the odds going into Sunday?
They're,
Are we
no,
taking
they're
bets?
not great.
If you're taking bets, I bet you would be laying about 7-1 to 10-1 odds.
Okay.
On the mixed roster with the Korean coach. So, you know, baby
mean,
steps, you guys.
I'm excited. Shock looks amazing, and I do like with you. I am excited to see mixed roster teams in the forefront.
I mean, they might win. Like, they probably will. The reason I like Vancouver is actually held out on joining the Overwatch League to stay in the Tier 2 scene for a year because they wanted to become a team together or not at all.
So as of the 23rd,
Yeah.
San Francisco Shock. The spread is negative 1.5. Vancouver's plus 1.5. So
I don't know what that means.
I don't know if that
What does
means
that
at
mean?
all.
I'll explain that. Either way, not good. That it means not good. So,
Yeah.
Good luck, Vancouver. I would like them to win. Cinderella. It's the underdog.
They are the underdog, and they've been the underdog in a lot of championships before.
But how are they going to complete their anime villain comeback if they don't, they have to lose this year and then win next year, right?
Their team
Top
captain,
10 anime betrayals.
Their team
Oh, God.
captain
'Cause-
straight up called himself
need
an
the-
anime villain.
They
I
need the
love
montage.
it.
Oh my god, really?
They have to have the montage.
They have to have
Yeah, I can't deny them. Okay, fine. They need to lose that. That's
and then they need to come back next year and take it all.
Go
When-
San Francisco.
They-
Okay, so
Viciously.
on principle, I have to cheer for that team now because
When he got up the
self-proclaimed anime
first time that they interviewed him after a match, he said, "We will 4-0 all of you." And then they lost the next match.
I want to
But,
go
like,
next year with a
still.
little pennant and a hat, just like a Ruben. Come on, I believe in you.
Esports is starting to develop some really interesting storylines and rivalries, and it's fun to watch. Not all of them. I only watched the one, but
The pot for that is $1,100,000. By the way.
Good lord.
Oh yeah, and
Mhm.
team bonuses and performance. It does guarantee at least 50% of the winnings go directly to the players, which is not a standard a lot of sports have, apparently.
Good luck. I can't in principle, cheer for Canadians.
They've given us. They're not Canadians. They're
not
Koreans.
Canadian.
But they represent the
I think.
Canadian team.
Wait. Isn't one of the Shock people Canadian? I thought Super or Sinatra.
Yeah,
No,
but see,
not
he's,
Moss.
he's
Not Moss?
done right. He's representing the right team.
Yeah, fair enough.
USA.
Ugh.
There is
I
a
don't
Canadian.
have a
I
dog.
don't remember
Anyway,
who it is.
Let's
Let's
Is
talk about who's Canadian for
Is it
45
is it
minutes.
me?
Yes.
Am I
Cass,
the
what
next
have you
one?
got?
I have some. I don't know if she's Canadian or not. We have finally, after years and years of waiting, we have a release date for The Last of Us 2. The
Get
release
ready to
date,
ball.
Get ready, right? Get ready to cry, just like you did last time. February 21st, 2020. We also got a new trailer, and we got a description of a demo, which we can't see the demo yet. Yeah. But we have the most exciting thing to me, personally, is that Joel does not appear to be dead.
Yes!
Yay!
Uh,
How did that happen?
there was a big rumor going
They were messing
around.
with us about that.
I was convinced that Joel was dead and would be joining us via, I don't know, Force
Force
Ghost
Ghost.
or something. But no, Joel does not appear to be dead, and I'm super, super, super
He
excited.
doesn't appear to be dead. That's weird in a zombie game, to put it that way. That means he's gonna die in it, right?
Yes, that absolutely means he's going to die in it, but he's not dead yet.
Unlucky.
Ellie, of course, as we already knew, is a playable character in this, and we're assuming will be the playable character pretty much throughout, unless we have a brief foray into Joel, or maybe even another character. Which would be
What?
interesting. In the first Last of Us, you played mostly as Joel, and then a little bit as Ellie in the winter segment of it.
Is that where you ran around in the snow for 2 hours
Yeah,
That
by
Yeah,
the
is
beach?
where I ran around. That is exactly what I did. Thanks, Kat. Because I couldn't figure out how to sneak back into David's stupid complex.
That was the best part.
It was so frustrating. I died so many times. We do have,
Did you rage
obviously, I did a couple of times, yeah. We have, zombies are going to be in this game. We have obviously human to human combat. We also have human to dog combat, which is making me kind of nervous.
That's just like my Friday nights.
This
Yeah.
is John Wick stuff
Do
right
you
there.
remember when you saw the
He
giraffes
wasn't
in
against
Last
the
of Us?
dog.
Yes.
For a second, I thought we were going to have to fight a giraffe.
That would have been amazing.
They're weird with
But
their
also,
neck
they are.
fighting.
We
How are you
also-
gonna fight a
Last
giraffe?
of Us best interrogation scene by Joel.
Oh, it's
With the-
dope.
You never played Last
No,
of
I
Us.
did.
Oh, okay.
But it's been like
I love
6
it.
years.
You're gonna point on that map and I'm gonna ask your friend. That's right there. Okay.
Yep.
He told you. I believe him. Joel's such a badass.
We also have a couple of new mechanics, and if you don't want to know anything about The Last of Us, I would
You should have
recommend
turned
muting
off
it.
5
Yeah, yeah.
minutes.
Last of Us on
Sorry
that.
about you. We have dodging, jumping, and crawling, which are 3 things that we didn't really have last game.
That is true.
We had crouching, but we will have crawling. You press circle to make Ellie, crouch. Also, she's slightly more limber than Joel is, being that he's in his 50s and she's 19.
And he may or may not be dead.
And he may or may not, but ghosts are very limber. We have that. We also
So it's a
have
10-year gap almost? How old was Ellie?
yes.
What is
She
it?
was,
What is
she
the
was
mechanics?
10, 11,
She was
and now
10,
she's
11.
19.
Okay.
Dodging,
we have
jumping,
dodge,
and
jumping,
crawling.
crawl.
That was the name of my existential poetry book in high school.
Amazing. We also have one new mechanic that I don't think anyone will be surprised about. We have upgraded skill sets. So you gain experience points, much like Tomb Raider, Assassin's Creed, any number of games. You can upgrade your skill sets. You also have, and thank God for this, suppressors. We will have gun suppressors for the first time in The Last of Us. So when you shoot people, zombies, dogs, the sky, you will not be as hesitant because you
Silencers? Like sound suppressors?
yes, sound suppressors for guns. Obviously, because it's The Last of Us, you make them and eventually they break.
Yeah.
But
Well, I have to put scissors on them.
you have to duct tape
I have to duct tape scissors on
scissors to a baseball bat. So yeah,
Bryce in our chat, because he's in our chat right now, has stated, I would expect boxing kangaroos with mohawks to appear in the game.
They help you fight the giraffes.
Really?
No.
yeah. The Last of Us is taking a hard left turn.
I want the hippos from Assassin's Creed.
They're
the
so
weird
scary.
ones.
The ones there was a glitch in Assassin's Creed
Origins?
yeah, where
Where
you
they
were
look like
fighting
trash
hippos,
bags.
and then all of a sudden they would just whoop, and it was really funny until it was 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're at night, and you're like, ah! They're going to kill me.
Did you ever dream about them?
Yes.
Weird
What
stuff
the
like
hell?
that, like sticks in your brain. I used to dream about the weirder enemies in God of War, and if I killed them and they like scattered weird or something, I'd have dreams about that.
So, yeah, absolutely ecstatic
I'm
for
super
The Last
excited
of
for
Us
that.
2.
I need to replay the game. It's been a long time. So,
Same, yeah.
all right, cool. Super nerd Kevin Feige is going to another universe far, far away. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige has had discussions over the summer with Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy and studio co-chairman both Alan Horn and Alan Bergman about Feige helping develop a Star Wars movie. So Feige's making a slight jump from Marvel over to Star Wars because he is also a self-proclaimed big Star Wars fan. So there's nothing this man is not a fan of, I think. If he had a chance to do DC, I think he would. Alan Horn said, "We are excited about the projects Kathy and Lucasfilm team are working on, not only in terms of Star Wars, but also Indiana Jones and reaching into other parts of the company, including Children of Blood and Bone with Emma Watson Fox. With the close of the Skywalker saga, Kathy is pursuing a new era in Star Wars storytelling, and knowing that what a diehard fan Kevin is, it made sense for these two extraordinary producers to work on a Star Wars film together." So you've got the powerhouse of Kathleen Kennedy and the powerhouse Kevin Feige coming together for a super brain. This can only end really well, I think.
Oh, wait, hold on. I've got to get a shot of Jason here.
Yeah.
I think his brain exploded.
Hear me out. Star Wars, Power Ranger, Transformer, G.I. Joe.
Good Lord. Ninja Turtle?
No, they don't own them.
No.
No,
Not yet.
We're
Star
bringing
Wars
good
Transfer, Marvel crossover.
That's some galaxy brain shit
The
right
Disney
there.
apologist, everyone.
Yeah.
One knowledge source says Feige has told a major actor that there is a specific role he would like that person to play if and when he makes the movie. So Feige's already got like I guess he had discussions with Kennedy and the rest of Lucasfilm. It's like, hey, I would like to kind of be a part of this. Here's everything I've come up with. Which I wouldn't.
It's
be
like
too
when
surprised.
Patton Oswalt submitted the script. It
Yes.
was
Yeah.
like, I want this, please. And they were like, yeah, no.
So I mean, Lucasfilm's been busy. I mean, we've got we've got Star Wars: Force Awakens and Last Jedi. We've got Rise of Skywalker later this year. Now we had Rogue One and Solo, which Solo was actually the first Star Wars film that lost money. Though I
It
think,
lost money.
Yeah, though I think it was unfair.
They didn't advertise it much. It came out on a harsh like timeline too, compared to other releases. I don't remember what they were, but it was
It came
a
out
bunch
like
of
6 months.
blockbusters.
It was like 5 months after like Rogue One, so it was like a real quick turnaround. So
Not Rogue One.
So the Avengers go to space for a
Last Jedi.
threat,
Last
only
Jedi.
to find out it's the planet Cybertron, home of the Transformers.
And Spider-Man's there.
Empire is trying to transform it into the newest Death Star, and then Zordon sends the Power Rangers there, and they think the Megazord is transformed.
Then Lilo and Stitch come out.
And G.I. Joe hitched a ride.
I think
Yes.
he might be qualified to write DC scripts. And then this, and
So-
this, like, calm
Kevin,
down.
call me.
That's exactly
Call me,
that's
Kevin.
exactly how Darkest Night went down. It's just like, oh, then there's this other random thing.
So along
He's
with
never heard of
Lucasfilm
self-editing.
trying to get Feige, or they are getting Feige to help out with at least one film. He's not taking over Kathleen Kennedy. She signed a 3-year contract 2018, so she's got 2 more years to go on that.
Was not concerned.
So yeah, there's no concern about her stepping down or anything like that. But both Last Jedi Helmer Ryan Johnson and the Game of Thrones showrunners D.B. Weiss and David Benioff, I think is how you say it.
D&D.
yeah.
D&D.
They are both working. The 3 of them separate are working on 2 separate trilogies for the Star Wars
I thought
universe.
they got canned from
They
Star
got
Wars.
pushed forward to 2021 to start working on that.
Ugh.
So we got another 2 years for that.
Are they
Uh,
going to take some writing classes?
I don't know. I mean, talk to their Emmys.
The ones they didn't win this year because it wound up so horribly.
I mean, they won others though, didn't they?
They
Not for
won,
writing.
yeah.
Not for writing. Oh, I know they won.
No,
I
they
know.
won
I know. Game of
before
Thrones.
for
I
writing.
know they won Emmys for writing. So Emmys.
Other because specific episodes.
Get this
Right,
right.
I thought-
Anyways, but along with that going on, we also have the Mandalorian coming on November 12th, which is created by Jon Favreau. He's the showrunner for that. We have the Obi-Wan series with Ewan McGregor. All the scripts for that has already been written and will be shooting in 2020. That's all we know about it. And then
Stop asking.
And then Rogue One prequel starring Diego Luna and Alan Tudyk are reprising the roles from Rogue One. And Stephen Schiff, who was the showrunner for The Americans, is the showrunner for the Rogue One prequel, and that starts shooting in 2020 as well. And that's going to be shooting in London.
But also,
So-
what got revealed today during the stream for Star Wars
Yeah, actually don't know.
from Jon Favreau?
I don't know. Actually, I didn't see
John
that.
Favreau.
Are you trying to prompt him?
Yeah, I thought he was going to say. He said in our chat.
Oh, we didn't do our
I'm not
round.
looking at
Yeah.
the chat.
John Favreau kind of just mentioned, "Hey, we're on the set for The Mandalorian season 2."
Oh yeah, season
Oh,
2.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they-
So
it's in the works.
It's already money.
So yeah,
That tells me they're probably doing like weird timelines and shooting in a weird order,
Yeah.
like flashbacks or flash
I mean,
forwards.
it's the first Star Wars television series. People are gonna watch it. People
It's-
have wanted this
First
forever.
the
live
Mandalorian
action.
is taking
Yeah, live
place
action.
after Return of the Jedi, but before the rise of the First Order. So it's that 30-year gap.
Oh, I meant between season 1 and season
Oh,
2.
yeah. Okay,
Like if they're on the set for season 2 already, they're probably doing things in a strange order, which means characters they have for limited time or whatever.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
Maybe
no.
not, but maybe.
Kevin Feige's coming over to Star Wars, and I mean they've got a lot of stuff going on. They've got a lot of plans. So just adding his brain to this is just, the only thing I can think of is just epic. It's gonna be epic, I think. So
I'm hoping there's enough voices to drown D&D out. Like,
Yeah. And they're very good at directing. They can run a lot of things very well. They just, when they have to tell their own story, it gets a little lost.
I mean, yeah, it's more when they're trying to tell specific people's stories to me, and those people train wreck off their character arcs. Like, it was a little rough.
Cora, what you got?
Hi. All right, so I have some anime news. What else is new here? Sony Pictures, along with Aniplex, are going to be merging 3 of their anime properties together. They're going to be merging Funimation from the United States, Wakanim based in France, and Madman Anime Group in Australia, all under the Funimation umbrella. So they're all going to just be Funimation.
That's crazy. That's Madman whatever is a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't know how big the other one is.
The other one is like
All right.
like kind of very similar to the Funimation of France in a way, which kind of makes sense because same kind of deal. But now it's just all going to be known as Funimation.
Cool.
So like it's not a big story.
I'm gonna miss the Aniplex intro. Aniplex.
I mean, the Aniplex intro will still be there.
Oh, okay.
Aniplex
they'll still operate as separate studios.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aniplex is still a distributor, so you don't have to worry about that. It's just the actual studios themselves, Funimation, Madman, and Wakanim are going to be under one umbrella of Funimation. So, no, Aniplex will still be Aniplex.
Okay.
So you'll still see the Aniplex. I do like that intro too. But it's going to be a joint venture.
No, I saw it.
It's a Funimation.
No. Joseph, no.
I love the chat.
I'm coming for you.
For puns, Joseph.
I'm coming for you next. No, it'll be a joint venture, just all under the name. It'll cover 10 languages in 49 different countries, and will have about 300 employees.
So congrats to our Funimation friends. We know a few people in the area. A lot of them moved to Dallas Fuel, but like, whatever.
And since we all have...
We are not Dunimation, Joseph.
Huh.
I'm coming for you. No. In addition, because I just wanted to talk about it, and Jason had to deal with it in the car, so now he's got to deal with it here. In addition to that sturf, Studio Trigger has come out with a new film called Promare. Yes, Promare. Blanked on the name suddenly. It will be under Funimation when it's distributed, since it is Trigger. You should all go see it in theaters while it's still here. It's extended its run until October 2nd. If you're in the Dallas area, it is only available at the Grapevine Theater currently. It's worth it. Go see it. If you like action movies with giant robots fighting each other. And fire. Lots of pretty colorful fire. If you like colors. Okay, that's all. That's all I got.
Cool.
Well, you mentioned Last of Us. Was there anything else that y'all looked at on State of Play that you liked? No? That's cool.
Did you see anything?
Why?
I mean, no, not really.
Jason?
I heard about The Last of Us 2 from a tweet from Ashley Johnson.
Yeah, me too.
Like, you think
that's
I'm
when they debuted the trailer, Steve.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I follow her specifically.
And it said, here's the trailer.
How was that?
I think she plays Joel, right?
I actually don't know who that is, so, but
she played like a minor character in Last of Us.
Okay, cool.
It was Joel, I think.
Yeah.
I hated her the first couple of minutes of the game, and then later on.
I think you're supposed.
Later on,
she's like 12. Like.
I mean, she was so annoying, and then I guess 30 minutes.
No, that was Sarah.
Well,
that was super
That's
annoying.
a trend in video games.
was not very likable either. But it's like, I don't know.
No, Sarah was adorable too.
Once the seasons change, it's like, I will cut anybody coming for this child. I'll cut your damn
I feel like
off.
that's a trend in video games because God of War was the same way.
Boy.
His kid was so obnoxious at first. And then you
love
him by the end.
And then got obnoxious some more.
Oh, yeah.
Spoilers. And
he left him by himself.
No, when he's like, we can do anything.
Joe says, how dare that child be expressive.
Yeah.
You know what? If we wanted kid attitudes, we would have kids. So you don't get to complain.
So we would talk to you more.
Yeah, but you can always go, do you want to live, child? Because I can leave. Good luck. Good luck with your non-upper
like
body
Carol from The Walking Dead, where she's like, go home.
Look at the flowers. Look at the pretty
No,
flowers.
Before,
no,
after
no.
she-
That was that.
Okay, that's enough.
Anyways.
That's enough for the news there.
All right.
Anyway, before we get into our next topic, we would like to mention that we are doing Extra Life.
Yep.
We are yellow.
What's Extra Life, Jason?
Extra Life is basically 24 hours in November. We will be playing video games, but before then, we are going to be asking everyone to make donations. They are taxable. Tax deductible.
Taxable, yes.
Tax deductible.
You have to
Okay,
pay for
This
what
year,
you
King
do.
we
George.
are raising money for Children's Medical Center. It's actually a hospital that's very close to my heart. They treated a family member of mine when she had lymphoma when she was a child. The staff was always real good, but I spent a lot of days in that hospital, and I know exactly the kind of care that they give children. So anything that we can do to give back, we're willing to do it. I've already put up a little bit of our money on our first donations, by the way, but I won't be doing any more because I would like to present a challenge to the team.
Okay. I love surprises.
Now, whoever can get their side to donate, our goal is $500,
Okay.
but we join separately as to Team SCNS. Whoever raises the most money gets to propose a challenge to whatever teammate they want.
Okay.
Nothing
Okay.
gross.
So, like, say it is all up to that person. And yes,
Nothing
nothing.
gross.
We're not looking for anything humiliating. We're
Within reason.
we're friends. I would be willing to do. Don't do.
I mean, that's a little aggressive. Like we're
We're
acquaintances at best. I'm
Like
just
something
kidding.
that Cora's been wanting to put me in makeup. Fine. Why are you shaking? Did you see the way that she shook her head?
That's light.
Hold on,
came
everyone
into her
donate
eyes.
It's
towards-
the same one if I offered her cake.
So everyone donate towards Cora.
So I would be
Donate
willing-
to me, everyone.
I would be willing to do that if it meant raising money for kids to play video games while they're sick in the hospital and recovering. Absolutely will. I'll do it and wear it for a show.
All right.
Fully for an
For
entire
the
show.
24-hour?
No, not 24.
No.
No, do y'all wear 24-hour makeup? Hell no.
Yes.
Yes.
Why would you do that?
Yes.
A lot of makeup is advertised that it has 24 to 48
I'll
hour
do it
wear.
for a show. And then I want to get it off.
Okay.
So,
You
yeah.
know what? That's
If-
fair.
if-
The
if-
first
if
thing
I
I do
lose-
after the
yeah,
show is like, I've had enough of this.
And I can propose some challenges. We'll update on the
Yeah.
Facebook page.
Okay.
Challenges that we'll propose. I am willing to do that. Cora can put me in makeup for a show. Somebody would have to choose that.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Okay.
the gauntlet has been thrown.
What if we all chose?
Yeah.
Y'all all should. There are other people on this show.
Right. You
So,
can
yeah.
challenge any
Yeah,
one
but
of us
he's
if
not
you
a
win.
bear. I've put makeup on him before.
I wore makeup, so.
And so
Can we
with
get my
that-
nieces to
With
do
that,
it?
I donated $10 to our team, but it went to me because I was the only
Where
member
can
of the
you
team.
donate, Jason?
I will put a link in the description below. That's where you can go donate.
I'm just gonna mess up all the links until my section.
Well,
Wait,
y'all need
that's
to go
not
join
the
team.
spirit of
So
charity, is it?
The only person that can receive money right now is me. So I encourage everybody out
No.
there right now to go to Team SCNS
If you
Our
donate
Extra
to
Life
me, I'm just going to take all of his
and
Overwatch
donate
figures.
now.
And actually give them to Kat
that's
because
our-
she likes Overwatch more than I do.
That's some fighting words right there.
I'm gonna
Somebody might
challenge
get cut here.
you to make my Farah cosplay.
I woke up. I didn't want to cut me.
Challenged.
Wait. Okay.
All right. Well, so we are nearing the end of the decade. It is 2019. We're going up to 2020.
September.
I know it's September, but we take a hiatus in December.
Yes.
And all that.
No,
so,
it is near the end of the decade, not the end of the year, but
and
near
yeah,
the end.
yeah, we
This is
are
the-
less than 100 days.
We're in the last 5%.
25% for sure.
We are less than 100 days from 2020. So there was something that caught my eye that I wanted us to do. So I spent about 3 hours earlier today. I made a list of things and games and music and movies and shows and just historical things that happened 10 years ago. That was at the end of 2009, going to the 2010s. So I'm gonna ask you guys.
Okay.
2009. How much do you think a movie ticket was?
$6.
$7.
Okay,
$9.
$7.50.
Kat, you got it at $7.50. That is
Hey,
that was the average. That was the average movie ticket
That
10
was a
years
minute
ago.
ago.
That was the last time I paid for my own tickets before I got broke all the
Hey.
time. And had a
Hey.
sister who worked at
In
cinema.
2019, the movie ticket average is now $9.26.
That's not where.
Average. It's all theaters.
Regular movie. It's got to be like not 3D, not XD.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
That's what I get for living near Frisco.
It's 480p.
Yeah.
all right, let me see what y'all think about this one. 10 years ago, this was created. It was Slender Man. It was created 10 years ago.
No.
Did you ever play? Did you ever play the game?
I absolutely
yes.
did. Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't play the game, but I read all of the stories and I watched the Marble Hornets YouTube show for a very long time, and I couldn't walk the dog
Yeah,
a lot. There was where I was living, it
Your
was
poor dog.
well, no, I would still do it, but I made my partner at the time go with me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because where we were living at the time, it was all dark. Like the street lamps, like in our complex, just didn't work for some reason, I guess. And like you could see over the fence because it was just like this little metal fence, and onto the street that was across from us. And there was this one lone yellowed street light on the top of a hill, just there. I'm like, that's a perfect place for Slender Man to just watch me. I don't like this anymore.
Yeah.
And that was before we knew he was an urban legend that was literally just made up for a contest. We thought he was like an actual thing for a while.
He was created by
Ooh.
a user by the name of Victor Surge on the
Yes.
dark web or whatever it was. Not the dark web, but like
Cre- on Cre-
creepypasta.
Creepypasta.
Yeah.
It was for a forum competition.
Yeah,
They wanted to
so-
see who could
Was
make the most.
it? That's dope.
It was to
It
see
was
who,
good.
it was to see who could create the most realistic monster, and he went far enough to actually like all of the photos he photoshopped himself.
Nice.
So that they looked realistic. He made fake articles. Like he went deep.
Bonkers. Yeah.
I mean, photoshopping a blurry person into a background, like something I did by accident once.
It wasn't blurry though.
Oh yeah, he was honestly. I was thinking of something else.
So 10 years ago, two things happened that both Tom Hanks made movies for this.
Oh. Okay.
Two things happened that they.
I've got one of them.
So Sully,
Sully,
right? With
yes.
the plane.
Playing in the
The
Hudson River.
terminal.
Huh?
The terminal.
No.
It was
No.
based
Sully
on
was
real-
one of them. Jason.
Wait. Bridge of
No,
that's
no,
not
that
a real
was-
The
that
Da
story.
Vinci Code.
No.
Did you want to say Bridge to Terabithia?
Toy Story.
The second thing that happened 10 years ago was also.
Oh, I'll tell you what the second thing that happened 10 years ago.
You just
What was
Googled
it?
it, didn't you?
Big.
Three Navy SEAL snipers made these shots of a lifetime simultaneously off the back of a bombing ship in the middle of the ocean. The bottom line of that story is don't mess with Navy SEALs.
3 of them made the shot simultaneously.
It was
They had
Captain
to.
Phillips.
Made the shot?
Like,
The whole thing was the pirates had hostages in the boat.
Captain Phillips.
Right.
Captain
Okay.
Phillips,
I
yeah.
was
Oh,
like,
I'm sorry.
what
Yeah,
are you talking?
Captain
They
Phillips.
shot into the ocean. I can hit the ocean from
No,
above.
wait, no, they
perfect.
basically,
Challenge for Cass.
I never watched the movie, but the story was like one of them came over to like make negotiations. And
Okay.
while he was there, I believe somebody just came in the room. Hey, we killed the guys out there, so we're all good. Oh, hey, what's up?
You're going to
Yeah.
have silence on the other end
Oh.
of that
Hi, Tom
negotiation
Hanks.
line.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks has
Oh, he
played
wasn't
both.
on the boat. He played the okay.
Yeah, Tom Hanks played both. Richard Phillips, which is the captain of the boat, and he also played the pilot Sully for the movie Sully.
Leave some roles for somebody else.
As well,
Tom.
right? I know
Seriously.
he takes all the historical roles for all that. Bitcoin was created 10 years ago. I've never used it. Have any of y'all?
No,
No.
I'm not an idiot. Like,
No.
there are other cryptocurrencies that have some stability to them. Bitcoin is just
Nothing.
pretty unstable, or it's not worth it.
Let's see. Heath Ledger won the Oscar, the second actor to
Yep.
win the Oscar after death.
Posthumously?
Yes, thank you. I cannot say that word.
Who's the first one?
Yeah.
Who is the first one?
It was from. I actually don't remember.
Okay, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
I like this one because, especially with Good Omens having come out earlier this year, Terry Pratchett was actually knighted by the Queen Elizabeth 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, I did not know that.
Wait, he was alive 10 years ago?
He died in 2014.
Oh.
What's up?
The first Oscar It's the guy from Network. I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna take this anymore. It's
Peter
that
Finch.
guy. Yeah.
Oh, that was, yeah, he was. Oh no, I'm thinking of Atticus Finch. Never mind. But yeah, no.
Yeah, he defended that guy.
I was thinking the bird.
Oh,
Finch.
Of course, Obama got inaugurated as the 44th president 10 years ago. Gotta miss that. Do any of y'all ever use any dating apps?
No.
No? Anyone? Grindr.
Colonel Sims dating Sim. That's
Yes!
as close as I get.
Grindr came out 10 years ago.
Hey.
That was
I'm just gonna
Didn't
go out on a
Ashley
limb.
Madison also come out around the same time?
probably. I didn't look that one up. I stay far away from that.
The
I'm
dumbest one.
gonna go out on a limb and say that no one on the show uses Grinder.
There we go. So no one uses the Grindr. So.
Yeah, no one at all.
Well, I mean, it's,
No, I don't. I'm just
it's gay men dating app, so I'm just gonna go.
Oh, is it
on a limb.
specifically men? Oh, I didn't know
Is it
that.
still only men? I know
As
that's
far as
how
I'm
it
aware.
was, but I
Huh.
didn't know if they'd
interesting.
expanded.
As far as I'm aware, didn't download it. Kind of don't want to.
It has a
Sounds good.
reputation.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it has a demographic.
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
Yeah.
Nobody's trying to lie about what Grindr's for.
Were you guys fans of Stephen Hawking?
Yes.
Yeah. Obviously.
Yes. Jason?
Yeah, of course.
So in 2009, he threw a party for time travelers.
I know this one.
No one showed up.
Hey.
He didn't send out the invitations till after the party took place.
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
it was a proof
Yeah.
exercise. It's a pretty smart way to do it. But it doesn't, you can't prove a negative. So,
Yeah,
like,
sure.
we don't know for sure that there weren't. Yeah, but
How do you know I'm not from the future?
you didn't.
Because you didn't show up to the party.
Well, he got bounced out.
Hey.
They were like,
Like,
"You're
no,
not the
thank
kind
you."
of time traveler we
Admittedly, he
want."
was like, "You again, get out."
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
I was surprised he actually had that in there.
See, I have some animes that came out
Go for it.
in 2009 that no one here watched.
I'm like, I'm sure we've heard of them and loved them.
For the anime nerds in the audience, Pandora Hearts, K-On!, and The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya all came out in 2009. In addition to Tales of Vesperia, The First Strike, which was the movie prequel before they came out with the original game. And I was wrong, we were talking. Gurren Lagann came out in 2007. There was a movie that came out in 2009. I was wrong about that. So if anyone likes those,
We got those.
it freaked me out that K-On! Came out in 2009 because I thought it came out in like 2005. Didn't watch it, but it was weird.
I'm like, yeah, me too, freaked out.
So there's TV shows that came out 10 years ago, and some of these you guys actually got me into them. One of them 10 years ago, Community came out.
Mm.
It
Oh,
took me
really?
so many times to like that show. I watched the pilot like 4 times and hated it. And then like the 5th time, I thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen.
Do you think that show, like, if it came out today, would be as successful?
No.
No.
No?
I don't think you can write it the same way. Like, because a lot of it was kind of a little bit offensive, but also like the social commentary that it makes is too relevant right now.
Yeah.
Like,
It was a more chill time.
racist
Yeah.
old boomers wasn't a trope, or was a trope back then, not like our
Not
daily
It wasn't
experience.
scary. It wasn't scary at that
Yeah,
point.
I do get scared sometimes just going to like the store, stuff like that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I see like old people, I'm like, you guys are judging me. I'm
And on the other end of the scale, like, Britta was a joke as well. And now we all know people like that who are trying to be offended by everything.
So yeah, Community came out 10 years ago. Modern Family also came out 10 years ago, which was a big deal because it had a gay couple adopting a child. Which,
Did I have that in its
Yeah.
first season?
Yeah.
yeah, and this is the final season is this year. But that
That needs
was
to be.
yeah, but that was like big in 2009 because that was like
Did they adopt a child in the first year of
Mhm.
it?
that was a big deal about the.
They're
first
also
season.
they're
openly
working on
gay
it.
and
Yeah.
on network TV.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
well, the characters.
One of the
Well, yeah,
most
one of them.
well-beloved X-Men, Wolverine and the X-Men, debuted in 2009.
Yep.
Oh.
Well,
Ooh.
well, not as accurate as it could have been. It actually was a good
What do you mean
series.
accurate?
Like
Not as comic accurate, or not
Just like
as much
the
like it
ages of the
happened?
characters and them being in
Oh,
class and everything. I mean, at first I was like, this continuity's all messed up. And then at one point,
You realize that's how all
accepted it.
comic book shows are?
No.
That can be boring too.
No. Anyway, Wolverine and the X-Men.
Like one or the other.
So for
Or
everyone
both.
here that was fan of Glee came out. Glee came out 10 years ago. Which,
Glee started in 2009?
yeah.
I
I
read
looked it up a
that
couple
and I
times.
thought that was crazy because I feel like it's been irrelevant for 8.5 years, which is maybe true. But like,
Yeah, I feel like it was relevant for about a year and a half.
I really like some of the song mixes they did.
Yeah.
The story just
I like-
fell apart.
They
so
did
fast.
a Dream On with Neil Patrick Harris,
Mhm.
and that's like one of my favorite.
I have that on a
Did-
playlist. Like,
Yes.
They
still.
have the only good version of
Maybe- or
maybe this time.
Maybe
from
This
Cabaret.
Time.
Ha.
It
sung
has
by
a tune.
Kristen Chenoweth and Leah
They
Michelle.
also have a really good cover of Hearts Alone.
Yes, they do.
And some fun like mix-ups, mashups. Some of the songs were better than the show.
Yeah.
And they had a reality show about it that was kind of
Did
entertaining.
they really?
Yeah, they
It was
do.
like it was people trying to win to be a character on the show, but of course they had to be able to sing.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because they're just going to auto-tune the crap out of them once they got on set.
It was rough. It was rough, man.
But it was interesting. It was
Yeah.
interesting to see people try and bring like themselves kind of as a character and personality, and also they could sing.
Personally, 2009 was disappointing as hell for me.
Why?
Because it was also the year Transformers Revenge of the Fallen came out.
Yes, that did come out that year.
Where everyone was like, that last Transformers movie was okay. Oh, hey, here comes the second one. And we get, gold-toothed Transformers that talk jive and combining robots with wrecking balls for balls. But it
I
wasn't.
didn't know Transformers could be racist until
Oh, God,
I
they
saw
were
that
so-
movie.
Had you
So-
never watched Futurama to see the racist robots?
Oh, I forgot about that.
But it was a good year for toys because you had 3 individual lines of Transformers out at the same time. So collectors were happy as hell.
Did you get them all?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
What the fuck you think you're doing with it?
Hey, just
There's
like
a
the
one.
You always
Jason, you'll-
take it.
Jason, you'll like this one.
It's 52 minutes into this show and nobody's taking. I'm taking it.
You know what? That's fair.
That
Jason,
is
you'll
fair.
like this one. Power Rangers RPM came out 10 years ago.
Power Rangers RPM was actually a
What is
really
Power Rangers RPM?
Power Rangers actually it was a really dark Power Ranger series. This is the one
TV show. There we go.
This is the one that almost
We
got
had
Power
no
Rangers
context whatsoever.
canceled in the US.
Oh,
It was-
wow.
It was that dark where Disney was like, no, we had no idea this is what y'all were doing. It was like a dystopian time.
Really?
They're looking at it like,
was a
you lied to
dystopian
us.
timeline where basically all the humans were forced to live in domes.
That's dope.
And-
like,
And if you went outside
Okay,
the
that's fair.
domes, you would get killed.
Damn.
Okay.
The first episode, the lead character, his brother, like they were fighter pilots, and he like died immediately.
was it a commentary on World War II? It sounds like a commentary
was
on World
one
War
of the-
II.
What was it though?
It was one of the better Power Ranger series, honestly, and I think it was what kind of brought a lot of fans back to Power Rangers. They're like, "Holy crap, this is dark as hell." I
It
wanna
was
watch
trying
this.
to
That's
grow
how
up
you
with the
do
Power
it.
Rangers.
That's how you do it.
And-
If you want to bring an old, like, cheesy thing back, then you make it scary.
It also has one of the best meta episodes of Power Rangers, where the Ranger they had this one scientist made all their suits and everything, and she basically had a Q&A of how their suits operate.
Oh, is that clip?
Yes, it's the
Oh.
one where and they just start asking obvious questions. They're like, "Why am I wearing spandex?" She's like, "It's not spandex. It's a polymer armor that forms to your body. Do you want something loose and hanging off of you? It's supposed to protect you." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And
Wait, this was a live action show?
this is a live action
Okay,
show.
okay, okay.
And one guy, he's like straight up,
No.
"Why are there explosions every time I transform?" She's like, "It's to release extra energy built up when you transform. Or do you want to blow up, or would you rather have it divert somewhere else?" They had explanations for everything. Like, why do our Zords have eyes on them? Why do they need eyes? Those are sensors. She explained everything. It is
I
the
love
best
that.
episode ever. So,
That's amazing.
Power Rangers RPM. That's a
Have
highlight.
you
of the
watched
season.
it like in the last couple years?
Actually, yeah, I rewatched some of
Does
my favorite
it does
episodes.
it stand up?
It holds up.
I
Okay.
might check it out. Just it sounds
Yeah.
fun and dark and self-aware.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
kind
like
of
I
fun.
said, people die up in there, and there's a lot of social commentary actually.
Okay, cool. One of y'all's favorite shows, Archer, came out 10 years ago. That started 10 years ago, yeah.
Amazing.
That show is rough. They never expected to be picked up. That's why they went balls out in season 1. Is they were like, nobody's gonna pick this up anyway. Let's just do whatever we
10
want.
years later, they're now in season 10, right? It's the last season.
It's
I
the
think
last
season.
season, and it's not season 10 exactly for the last couple
Like
seasons.
5.
No, because the last couple of seasons they've taken the characters into like different,
Eras.
and not even characters because they keep changing them. They've taken the voice actors
Yeah.
and done like
And
them in
general
different universes.
personalities. And yeah, there's a space one, there's an island one, there's
That's
a
Well, there was a dream one that was like
dream
50s,
was like
30s.
a noir kind of thing.
40s,
Yeah.
30s.
So a couple, just I'm going to mention these up real quick. Latimie came out 10 years ago. Vampire Diaries started 10 years ago. Castle, Dollhouse, Jersey Shore, Pawn Stars, Shark Tank, and RuPaul's Drag Race all started 10 years ago.
Nice.
Some of these are still in
syndication.
syndication. Thank you. A lot of these have been canceled. or
It's
ended.
funny, the two best ones on that list weren't given their fair shot. Like,
Dollhouse and
Lie to Me had a great
Lie to Me.
concept.
And one of the most amazing lead characters I've ever seen, Tim Roth.
Oh, I love
just
Tim Roth.
Like,
nailed
who
that
knew?
character.
It was only 2 seasons.
Three.
Three?
The last one was short.
Oh, okay, that's why. There you go.
But yeah, it's an amazing.
It's not as good as Dollhouse.
It's not as good as Dollhouse. Dollhouse is a fantastic show.
So a couple shows that ended 10 years ago: Flight of the Conchords, Monk, Battlestar Galactica, Deal No Deal, ER, Everybody Hates Chris,
Oh, thank God.
Prison Break, and then Guiding Light, which is a soap opera that was on the air for 72 years.
All of those,
That's
I'm like, see ya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
We had
Okay,
better
I-
taste in
I was
2009.
actually upset when Guiding Light got canceled.
Were you?
I used to watch it a lot with my grandma, so
Mhm.
That's fair.
I gotta watch my stories.
Yeah.
See, my grandma watches like game shows. We don't.
yeah.
She actually, there's one thing that she was super into that I was too. She loved The West Wing.
Did you?
Wait, who
Yeah.
did? Your grandma?
My grandmother.
That's
yeah.
a great, good
This
for
is
your
an
grandma.
amazing
I
show.
applaud your grandma.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised because she's not.
Yeah.
She doesn't lean
it's
left
fairly
politically.
liberal.
So we're going to go with video games. This is we're all gamers. Minecraft came out 10 years ago. Y'all ever play
Oh.
Minecraft? Nope.
Yes.
Yes.
I
I
got
like Minecraft.
forced to mine something. Not forced, but like,
Yeah.
obligated to mine something for like 20 minutes one time. I hated it.
I've
The third.
only seen my nieces build their like weird houses.
I'd rather
That's
play
all I've seen.
like Lego's scary
I
somehow
love
than
Lego games.
Minecraft.
Everybody.
The third game just came out, but 10 years ago, Borderlands came out for the first time.
Hey.
That's
Wow.
Borderlands was a surprise hit for that year. Like it kind of came out to little or no fanfare, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's really one of those word of mouth games, honestly. Because I had a friend of mine say, "Dude, are you playing Borderlands?" I'm like, "No, should I?"
They had a risky take on how
Yeah.
they did their graphics, and it
Yeah.
paid off big
Mhm.
time.
I've seen
Makes
people
for
do the
cool
makeup.
cosplays.
Yeah, I've seen the makeup people do for those cosplays. It's just
I want to
phenomenal.
learn how to do that 2D animation.
Because
So
I made no arrests for the
Uncharted
best
2.
intro.
Uncharted 2 Among Thieves came out 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite series started 10 years ago. Batman Arkham Asylum came out.
nice.
That started
Oh,
10 years
wow.
ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's about
it
right.
hit 10 years in August. And I remember I went to the GameStop in Louisville. It's still, no, the GameStop I went to is not there anymore. But
You're gonna have to get used to that.
yeah, I know.
That's a
But they had a Michael Keaton used Batsuit from the first movie that
Nice.
I got to like put my hand on the emblem, and I was like, "I'm touching Batman."
That's one of the best like comic book adaptation.
Yeah, I mean, it's been
Combat system is amazing.
it's been
And it's
animated
been
movies.
copied.
When it
many
works.
Yeah.
And has been
It's like
copied
fly
so
off
many
that
times.
fly, and it's like I'm trying.
If you have an iPhone, you might have played this game at some point. Angry Birds debuted 10 years ago. Assassin's
Wow.
Creed 2 came out 10 years ago.
Hey, Assassin's Creed 2 sucks.
Angry Birds
The-
was pretty good. It brought in like a style of interfacing that was pretty new.
And it produced movies, at least 2 of them so far.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
And the Nintendo Wii debuted 10 years ago.
That's
Are you
crazy.
serious?
Yep, 10 years ago the Nintendo Wii came out. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Nintendo Wii came out 10 years ago, and it did fairly well.
That's crazy.
And that year, you know what else did well? TV sales. People kept hurling their remotes into stuff.
I was curious about what else came out during that time. And one of the most forgettable movies, Wolverine Origins.
Yep. Actually, I was about to get right on that. That one next.
Is
2009.
Is that the Japan one or is that
No,
the
that's
other
the
one?
No,
That was
that's
the
X-Men
bad
Origins
origin movie.
Wolverine with Deadpool with no mouth.
Oh,
That
yeah,
movie was
yeah.
terrible.
I didn't
It
even
has a good
see the
opening
whole thing.
sequence, but the rest of the movie is terrible.
Yeah.
With one amazing casting choice.
Oh, the
Liev
video game.
Schreiber?
No, Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, I thought Liev Schreiber's Sabretooth was awesome.
Yeah, but
He wasn't. No, he was not.
Ryan Reynolds, the casting was amazing.
But during that time, they
Is it
also
casting for
they
just
made
playing
an
yourself?
X-Men Origins Wolverine game.
Oh,
which was
yes.
way better than the movie.
I remember that game.
I
Big
bet.
swing, guys.
Like, I bought that game, and my wife was like, "No, that game was terrible because that movie was terrible." And like the opening of the game, you jump onto a helicopter, break the glass, grab a guy, pull him out, and put him into the blades. And I'm like,
That's awesome.
I went pause. And I was, honey, you need to come see this.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
It was a truly violent Wolverine. Like you were picking up guys and throwing them on the stumps and stuff, which is kind of weird because like
Spoilers.
anyway, but yeah, it was when you took damage, you were actually bleeding, and you could see, depending on how bad the damage was, you could see bone,
Yeah.
and you would see yourself heal, but the clothes wouldn't heal. I mean,
Gross.
it was cool. That was the better.
No,
part.
that's all. That's gross.
Yeah. The game was arguably way better than the movie.
It took 10 years for the sequel because we're getting it later this year, but 10 years ago, Zombieland premiered.
really?
Yeah.
That movie
Yeah.
is
Took 10
amazing.
years.
Great
but we got that.
movie.
I have a quick mind blower with movies
Go ahead.
that I just found. Chris Hemsworth had his first movie role 10 years ago in Star Trek.
He plays his dad.
Yeah.
That was
On the
his
scene that everybody was crying on.
Seriously.
Oh,
first.
man.
Him and Jennifer Morrison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
She was in the little house.
The
at that point, too.
reboot, well, alternate timeline of Star Trek. That was actually a really
Yeah.
good movie.
I really love the first one. I'm not a fan of the second or third, but I love the first one.
Sticking
I
strictly
like
to
the
the
second
first
one.
I mean, come on. When he's all alone and hears the cries of the baby and everything, I'm like,
Yeah.
So along with Star Trek and then all that, Avatar came out, which became the highest moving grossing of all time until this year. Half-Blood Prince, Harry Potter came out. I think one of your favorites, G.I. Joe: Rise of Cobra, came out 10 years ago. What's his name? Taken came out 10 years ago, which was with Liam Neeson. Thank you. Sherlock Holmes with Jude Law and Robert Downey
The
Jr.
first one?
Yeah.
I liked
the
the
first
first
one.
one. It's not a good take on Sherlock, but it's a good movie.
That's true. It's Victorian James Bond.
it could
Yeah.
have been anything besides Sherlock.
One of the better Disney films, Up, came out, which made everybody cry in the first
wow.
10 minutes.
I didn't care
It's
about
the
that
only
movie.
good
Feels-
10 minutes of the movie, though.
I don't know,
Hangover
the
came out.
balloons are pretty.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
really pretty.
The Hangover.
Yeah.
The magic was never
Ken
repeated.
Jeong.
Yeah, Kim
Kim
Jong
Jong,
got
yep.
famous 10 years ago
Um,
for showing everything on
Everything.
TV.
And he's a doctor. He's an actual doctor, so good for him.
I saw that movie with a wedding party after a wedding.
Oh, God.
Amazing.
Watchmen came out 10 years ago. Princess and the Frog came out 10 years ago. One of my favorite Tarantino movies, Inglourious Bastards, came out 10 years
That
ago.
was a good movie.
Let me see. Coraline, for those that like stop motion.
Hey, also those who like
Hey.
Neil Gaiman.
And Neil Gaiman, yep.
And not for children.
Not
then-
for children. Too scary.
A very unique movie in concept, Gamer, came out 10 years ago, which had from what's
Gerard
that show?
Butler.
Gerard Butler and also
Michael C. Hall.
Michael
It
C.
has
Hall.
a fantastic dance sequence.
It does.
It has some really interesting filmography too. I don't
Yeah.
love it, but it's
Yeah.
some of the filmography is interesting.
So we're gonna close it up with a couple of YouTube videos, comics, and a couple of books.
Hang on.
What's up?
Couple things. iPhone games. There were two. Doodle Jump was really popular in a
Oh,
weird
yeah.
segment. I loved
Oh,
that
yeah.
game. And then Words with Friends 10 years ago.
Yeah, that came out 10
Wow.
years ago. That's right. I used to play it all the
Crazy.
time. I don't play it anymore.
They used to come to our launches at Apple. We knew all the guys who made it.
Nice.
And mine, shout out to all the action figure collectors. Marvel Legends 2009 was a bad year for us. Never forget. Anyway,
Toys,
Susan
right?
Boyle became world famous when she won a Britain's Got Talent. Yeah.
one of the best audition stories I've ever seen. Maybe the best.
Annoying Orange debuted 10 years ago. Have you guys ever seen? Okay, so no love for that. Llamas with Hats came out 10 years ago.
Wow.
That was viral.
You're going into obscure territory.
Here it goes again.
Not
Okay,
really.
Go. The music video.
Oh,
with the
wow.
beginning.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it's one of the best things
and the
I've ever seen.
beginning of their amazing. They've made
Yeah.
maybe 20 amazing videos at this point.
They're the moment, I think.
This will be the Moment's a very good one.
And then Mr. Trololo, the Russian Rickroll came out.
Those good times.
Comic Spider-Man Meets Obama, in a special Spider-Man Meets Obama issue. Ultimate X-Men and Fantastic Four got canceled. Blackest Night begins for the DC.
Nice.
And Batman and Robin, Batman Reborn, which Dick Grayson became Batman, debuted 10 years ago, which went for a couple of years. And then books that later became movies. The Help, Maze Runner, Catching Fire, Predators and Zombies, and Mortal Instruments, City of Glass, and Under the Dome by Stephen
Maze
King.
Runner.
All came out
With
10
my
years ago.
husband.
So yeah, 10 years.
That was a good end.
That's the end of the 2000s. Good way to end it, I think. And then it went to, now we're at the end of 2019, going to 2020 to the
And not as good
2020s.
ending.
Can't wait to finally see you all in 2020.
Yeah.
Hindsight.
Hindsight.
Can't wait
Shut
till
up.
2021.
Grown. Can you hear my eyes roll off of that? Anyway.
But yeah, no, it's weird that a lot of these things that came out 10 years ago seem like it only was like yesterday.
Some of them I thought were older.
Yeah, like the Wii feels older to me, but then other things didn't feel as old.
I need to go get that thing off the shelf now that you say that out loud.
Do you though? Have we not come up with better systems than the Wii?
It's still up on my shelf. In the
Does it still work?
You know what? Until
still
all of
works.
those games come to the Switch, we play them on the Wii.
That's fair.
Yep.
Also,
Yeah, I
the
gotta get Twilight
Wii
Princess.
and the iPhone just changed how they make video games. I think that's
Yeah.
interesting, even if some of the origins are a little sketchy.
So that was our 10 years retrospective here on Super Cool Nerd Show. Thank you guys for joining us. Once again, if you want to donate to our Extra Life campaign, it's Extra Life. Just go there. Our team is Super Cool Nerd Show.
But Cat
And
in
I
the
put a
box.
link in the chat, and I'll put a link in the description. So please, y'all need to join the team. Donate now, tonight.
Put
Anyway.
Cat in the donation box.
But like I said, thank you guys for joining us out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation. Also, new interview from Ricardo is up on the channel.
Yep.
Who'd you interview this week?
I got Allison Whitworth. She is a part of the 501st. She is a ballerina. She is going to do Dance Macabre on the 25th, I believe, of October in Garland. So keep an eye out for that. I'll post a link to that when tickets go on sale. It's going to be pretty cool.
You guys want to check that out. Also, this weekend we'll be recording Anime TV. Cora and Near will be back for another episode. What are y'all reviewing this week?
This week we are going to be reviewing Cromartie High School. Have you ever wanted to watch an anime that is solely about delinquents in a high school? Yes? Perfect. No? That's wrong. You do. It's
That's what
ridiculous.
all
I'm like, are there animes not about that?
You've almost got it. You almost got
Is
it.
that your anime smile?
That's the pose for one of the guys on the
You'll have
cover.
to see the artwork. We're also playing D&D this weekend, so make sure to tune in to the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/SCNS Live. 3 p.m. we will be going live. 3 p.m., right? Do you
Yes,
want
3
to
p.m.
go?
Central.
No?
No, yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Yes? No?
Yes, I believe. Yep.
I'm telling people, you need to.
I forgot, but I'm good.
Okay.
All right, so join
Next
us.
week we're talking about video games.
And next week we are talking about video games. Make sure you tune in Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Central on this channel. Like this video, subscribe. And if you want to follow us individually, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JasonX.
Instagram is @BetterCat. And on Twitter is Doa Drawings, where we draw terrible cartoons of things that Overwatch Elite casters say. I don't know what happens after this week. I guess we take a hiatus.
Oh yeah. Actually, whoops. I changed my Instagram handle and I forgot. Don't worry about me for Instagram for this week. I will let you know next week what that is because I'm switching it up. But you can always find me on Doa Drawings with Kat and also now with Milk. We are starting to release more videos. I
Isn't
believe
that the
this
Good Cast?
Wednesday. Huh?
The Good Cast? Aren't you the Good Cast?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways, yeah, you can find me there.
Find me on Instagram at the nerdy You can find me on Instagram at nerdyrick89. I'm doing the 365-day challenge, so I've been doing a photo a day. Today's photo was my dad. It is his birthday today. He is 53, so happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday,
And-
Ricardo's dad.
And also, of course, check out Wednesday's Super Cool Nerd Nation interviews. Like I said, Allison was this week. Last week was the Good Jokes. And I've got one already set up for next week, so keep an eye out for that every Wednesday.
Dope.
All right. You can find me on Instagram at Corodono. It's spelled right there. I post artwork and cosplay related things there. I'm already just going to go ahead and apologize for all of the promare and shit that's going to be on there. I am going to be doing D&D Tober. So each day of October, I'm going to be drawing a new thing in accordance to some themes that I found with my many D&D characters. I will be cross-posting those also to my Twitter, if you prefer to use Twitter, at Hawks Perch, where I also just scream into the void about Suikoden until the void screams back. It has not screamed back yet.
Thankfully, because that would be gone crazy.
It's rude. It's very rude. But
Rude.
it's how
Accurate.
life is sometimes. Play Suikoden. Thank you.
All right, thank you guys for joining us out there. We'll see you next week. And as we always say around here,
Keep on nerding.
Scream into the void about Suikoden.
That's not the void, that's our audience.
Yeah, it's not very good.